A belief in an angry, vengeful God is correlated with mental illness. However, that doesn't tell us anything about causation. We've talked for a long time on the show about how there are some specific religious beliefs that when you kind of interpret them literally would make you question whether that person is sane. Ross Story has an interesting story about a scientific study that published this month in the Journal of Religion and Health. And it says people who believe in an angry, punishing God are more likely to suffer from a variety of mental illnesses. And this was conducted by Marimount Manhattan College assistant psychology professor Nava Silton. And she used data from the 2010 Baylor Religion Survey of U.S. adults and found that there are links between, it's actually, before even getting into that, she looked at this through the lens of the evolutionary threat assessment system theory, which says that the part of the brain that evolves to detect threats also connects to anxiety disorders, and dysfunction in the brain's perception of threats is really what is at root there. And by the same token, if your brain cannot properly analyze threats, and that in part connects with believing that there is a threat from an angry God who will send you to hell, that could be connected with all sorts of different conditions, including anxiety, depression, irrational fears, other psychiatric symptoms. So there is kind of a correlation here that we're seeing, but this does not mean that if you believe in an angry, vengeful God, it will cause you to have mental illness. That is not what is being said here.
Right.
What is interesting, though, is that we've talked about other studies over the last couple of years on the show, Lewis, that show that the parts of the brain specifically evolved to detect threats are the same parts that those who vote conservative have more developed, according to MRI scans. If you vote liberal, you're likely to have a more developed empathy part of your brain versus a fear part. And we've also talked about the correlation between authoritarian parenting and the effect that that has on the eventual political beliefs of the child. More conservative, the more authoritarian the parents are. This is all related, I think.
I think so, yeah. I mean, if you go way back, of course, it was only logical to believe about these crazy things. And for millennia, people did. And I mean, so does believing
for millennia people did, but for millions and millions of years before that, people did not.
There might have been no concept of it. Sure. But if for thousands of years people did, we probably can't say that it causes mental illness, because I think everyone would have just declined, really.